What did you love back then but now hate? My younger brother, unfortunately, we live in the second biggest city in the UK, and my brother decided to move to London for different work opportunities. The city has completely changed him after making some money. He now truly believes he is better than others, and calls anyone not making the amount of money he is a loser. Culminated in him thinking he was too good to even send our mother a text for Mother's Day. He completely blanked her. I was with her that day and she was so upset, he'll never forgive him for that. Rant over. My ex. Amusement parks. Following politics. I was a massive politics nerd for about a decade. Followed all the news, state and local elections, etc. I found it fascinating. Now it just gives me massive anxiety to think about it. I still do my research before elections to vote knowledgeably about the candidates and issues. But at this point I just ignore it as much as I can. It's not worth the stress. My birthday. Summer. It's just too hot now. Fitting in. Instagram. Having full weekend plans. Life. Cake frosting and other super sweet foods. Chocolate ice cream. It used to be my favorite flavor of ice cream, but after a while I just got so bored of it to the point where it made me sick. The only way I could enjoy it is if it was in a tub of Neapolitan, and I would consider that my favorite flavor now. Coffee. It used to be the thing I'd look forward to each morning, a precious ritual before tackling the day. However, as life got increasingly hectic, it became less of a comfort and more of another habit, another quick fix for the chronic exhaustion. Eventually, I realized that the fleeting burst of energy wasn't worth the shakes and the crash. It's been months since I've had a cup, and honestly, I don't miss the jitters or the dependency. Now, I take a moment each morning to simply breathe and center myself before the day begins, a different kind of ritual, perhaps, but one that's better for me in the long run. Snow. Hate might be too strong a word, but I used to love Christian rock. Now I think it's ridiculous. Fast food. I remember the days when fast food used to be an occasional indulgence, a treat during weekend outings or after sports practice. The golden arches were like beacons of joy, promising a quick respite from the day's routine with a side of fries. But now, with adulthood's weight and a better understanding of nutrition, those once coveted meals have lost their luster. The gleam of greasy wrappers doesn't catch my eye the way it used to. I've seen behind the curtain of convenient calories and found myself disillusioned by the reality. It's funny how tastes change, how what once drew you in now pushes you away. I've swapped the convenience for the kitchen, where I have rediscovered the joy of cooking real, wholesome food. It's a bit ironic, the very thing I used to avoid spending time preparing meals has become my new source of comfort and, dare I say, pride. The internet. I'm 49 and grew up with the beginning of the internet. Back in the early 90s, it was this amazing place with some really amazing websites to find. It's mostly just all garbage now. Snacks from the 90s that use inferior ingredients now. Holidays. On account of the obligations, costs, and unpleasantness. Baseball. Loved it as a kid. Watched it on TV all the time. Knew all the players and the stats. Now I think it's the most boring thing ever. I can't watch without a remote to quickly change the channel. Limp Bizkit. I'm reading almost everyone's comments and silently thinking to myself, OMG, that's me lol, what's wrong with me?